I'm Andrea Klein-Thomas, reporter with CBS New York here at the 5th International Vatican Conference. I'm joined now with Dr. William Li. Thank you so much for joining us today.
It's a real pleasure. Thank you for having me.
So much to unpack here. First, traditionally medical conferences, you're dealing with therapies and medicine and, technology and things like that. But here we're really delving even deeper into the whole person. Why is that important, do you think?
Well, I love conferences that bring different dimensions of humanity together. And this Vatican conference does just that. It brings not only the science, but it brings culture, it brings community, and it brings spirituality. And I think that, everything is connected together when it comes to our health. Disease conferences do tend to focus on very small pieces. But when we're talking about health, it's the totality of our humanity.
Yeah. The saying goes, you are what you eat. I know you definitely believe that. So if that's the case, what should we have in our refrigerators and cupboards right now that can help our overall health?
I get asked that question all the time about what foods people should eat. And the key thing about food and health is not just about the food, it's about how our body responds to what we put inside it. And the great news is that so many foods, more than 200 foods, actually have been shown scientifically to activate our body's hardwired health defenses. And these can be fruits and vegetables, nuts and legumes, and healthy oils, seafoods. The wonderful thing is that when I actually take stock of the foods that actually activate my body's health defenses, they all are the foods that have come from traditional cultures where people were actually closer to the land, eating sort of what the seasons would deliver, and cooking them in simple ways that you also loved. And so my adage is we should love our food to love our health, and we shouldn't have to deprive ourselves. We should just choose mindfully.
Okay. That makes me feel a lot better, Dr. Li. Also, your primary focus for decades has been on angiogenesis. Can you explain to us what that is, how it's been powerful in looking at diseases, and how we can use that to look at our overall health?
Right. Well, my organization is called the Angiogenesis Foundation, and angiogenesis is how our body grows blood vessels. And our blood vessels connect every single cell and every single organ in our body. Our blood vessels are a common denominator of health. And in diseases, we found that problems of blood vessels actually help us understand what diseases share in common, and therefore give us the tools to think about how to actually conquer the disease. Now, we started this 25 years ago looking at disease, but as we go on, the more and more I realize how important it is to understand common denominators of health. And our body has health defense systems that cut across all realms, all genders, all cultures. And that's really what we can do by living a better lifestyle, by having good diets, by being mindful, and actually paying attention to our spirituality as well.
What do you think in all of those things that you just mentioned that people mostly miss?
Honestly, is actually thinking about our own identity in the world and how we connect with other people and how we connect with the planet. We sometimes get so busy on our way accomplishing what it is that we are assigned to do or set out to do. We forget that we're all connected together. And I think that by understanding oneself and thinking about one's position and one's place in the world, it allows us to be better for ourselves and our community as well.
That's great advice, Dr. Li. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for all the work that you're doing.
Thank you.